We are officially 1 week away from Washington Nationals opening day here at Nationals Park. And one of the biggest position battles ongoing at spring training is who will win that fifth starter spot. Will it be DJ Herz or will it be Mitchell Parker? And I've got my answer.
You are Locked On Nationals, your daily Washington Nationals podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
And thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, I'm your host, Ryan Clary. You can catch me over on Twitter at RyanClary11 and as well as our show page at LO_Nationals for all your latest Nationals news and notes. Make sure to check us out over on Twitter. And of course, look up Locked On Nationals wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's on Apple, Spotify, and of course, the video version of this Locked On Nationals program over at YouTube. Just looked up Locked On Nationals. Later on in today's show, we're going to preview today's game as you've got Shin Ogasawara going up against the New York Mets, I believe. Actually, I do not have that matchup up in front of me right now, but I do want to talk about Shin real quick because this was kind of an exciting signing for the Nationals this past season. They dipped into the Japan market for the first time, basically like forever. And I think it was a very intriguing sighting. It was the smart move, but at this point, it's just not really working out. We'll discuss that later on in today's program, but the Nationals made some more roster moves just this past day, yesterday, really on Wednesday. And we'll discuss that and also kind of get into when these guys will be making their major league debut, because these guys were really close to making their major league debut, and it could happen anytime as we sit here today. So we'll discuss that in the second segment, but we start off discussing today's big topic and the biggest topic, in my opinion, from spring training, and that is what will happen with the Nationals' fifth starter. And I've got my answer, and I'll tell you that. But today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So as we were saying, the Nationals, they have a pretty big position battle today, and that is between Mitchell Parker and DJ Herz. You could throw in Shin Ogasawara in this discussion as well, but I saw one start, and I was like, he's not going to be a fifth starter in this team. That's what the Nationals, that was not the intention for this team at this point. So take him out of the picture. It's between DJ Herz and Mitchell Parker. The fifth starter spot is going to go to Mitchell Parker. And that sucks, if I'm just being honest. It's not that it's bad. Like, I think Mitchell Parker had a very good season, and he's had a good spring training also. This past weekend, I saw Mitchell Parker, and he looked really good. And I think that is something that, again, going up against a loaded New York Mets lineup, that's something you just can't look past. So Mitchell Parker has won this job, in my opinion. When you kind of look into it, though, DJ Herz, he had the upper hand in this, in my opinion, debate once we went into spring training. If you look at the numbers from this past season between Mitchell Parker and DJ Herz, it's really not even that close. Now, you could talk about the ERA, and Mitchell Parker had a slightly worse ERA. It basically had a 4.3, and DJ Herz had a 4.16 and only 19 starts. But if you look at this stuff, like, let me put it in this example real quick. I'm going to assume wherever you are listening, you know ball. You know what you're talking about. Look at DJ Herz's stuff compared to Mitchell Parker's. The stuff is better. Like, it's really not even that close. And it's not to knock Mitchell Parker. Mitchell Parker is a good pitcher. He is a pretty damn good fifth starter on really any team. But DJ Herz has a much higher ceiling than Mitchell Parker. And even then, last year, DJ Herz was simply the better pitcher. In 88 and 2/3 innings pitched, he had 106 strikeouts in the big leagues, a 1.26 whip. In 151 innings pitched for Mitchell Parker, he only had 133 strikeouts and a 1.3 whip. But even then, looking and comparing the stuff, It's really not that close. Getting into Mitchell Parker's just kind of his pitch mix here, he threw a fastball nearly 50% of the time, a curveball, which was effective at times, I might add, around 22% of the time, a split finger at 19% of the time, and a slider at nearly 10% of the time. Now, let's talk about DJ Herz. He has his four-seamer he throws 54% of the time, a changeup, which is, by the way, one of the nastiest pitches that any national has at this point is DJ Herz's changeup. He threw nearly 25% of the time. A slider that, in my opinion, probably needs a little bit of work done, but also a very good pitch, threw about 18% of the time. And he also threw in a knuckle curve to be a little fancy. Sitting here today, it's pretty jarring. The fact that DJ Herz did not go into this season and take this fifth starter spot. Now, it's not official at this point. Let me just clarify that. But I think it's pretty clear and obvious that if this was a true competition, Mitchell Parker is going to win that job. And it's not because Mitchell Parker was light years better than DJ Herz. In my opinion, DJ Herz pitched his way out of this fifth starter spot. Now, should people be alarmed by this? Because again, we have used a lot of resources into DJ Herz. The Nationals still think very highly of him, and you probably should as well. But I also don't think you should think that deep into this picture here. DJ Herz, one thing that really surprised me from this past season, when the Nationals called him up, it was one of the most intriguing things, in my opinion, that at that time seemed a little premature. Because his numbers in Rochester were pretty pedestrian. I believe he sported like a 5 ERA in his first few starts. It wasn't all that pretty for DJ Herz. But then he came up, and you instantly see why the Nationals chose to bring DJ Herz into the picture here. The guy is nasty. He has got the stuff to be a legit major league starting caliber pitcher. And I think Mitchell Parker also possesses that stuff. He is a good pitcher. He is someone that you can get away with in this rotation moving forward. But DJ Herz simply did not take the job. And I think that, again, the Nationals, at this point in time, they're done giving opportunities to the young guys because they want to see the young guys play. The Nationals think that they can compete, and they can compete now. So having that true competition, it's fight for your own good, basically. And Mitchell Parker, he performed better, and DJ Herz, unfortunately, just simply did not. But as a DJ Herz guy, me right here, I'm a DJ Herz guy. I think DJ Herz, again, I will sit on this today, but I think he has the second highest ceiling as far as national starting pitchers go, right behind Mackenzie Gore. And even ahead of Jake Irvin, who I think is really good and still slept on till this day. But where DJ Herz sits today, it's a little frustrating. You saw him walk the yard multiple times this spring. You saw him in situations just simply was not able to control his off speed, was not able to control his fastball, and the concerns of DJ Herz that were kind of prompted him to slow down his kind of just acceleration in the minor leagues. This is what happened in spring. All the caution, all the yellow tape around him that everyone kind of said, hey, watch out. This guy, he is wildly talented, but he also has some command issues. That showed up this spring. There are also at times where his velo was down, and it just wasn't the same DJ Herz that we saw from this past season. But here's what I think happens. I think DJ Herz, he's going to start in AAA. He's going to start every 5-6 days down with Rochester. He's going to do just fine there and work his way back up into the major leagues. I have no doubt about that at this point. But one thing that is just a little bit concerning is the fact that he did not take this job and run with it. Because again, that part was frustrating. He did not look like himself this spring training, and that is why he pitched his way out of this fifth starter spot. Now, it's not official yet, I will say, but it seems pretty clear and obvious that this is coming because the Nationals have made it very clear that this is a competition, and Mitchell Parker just simply has looked a lot better, especially as of recent against major league talent. So if DJ Herz doesn't make the 5th starter spot, it's simply because he pitched his way out of it. That is that. Thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. And next, the Nationals made some roster moves. They have reassigned a couple players to AAA and optioned a couple as well. We'll discuss that and tell you when these guys can make their move up into the major leagues. And one interesting move the Nationals did not make, someone who has been really impressive so far in spring training that I want to get into. But before we jump into that, let me tell you guys about some of our new friends over at Upwork. And are you scaling your business requires the right expertise at the right time? With Upwork, you can find specialized freelancers in the marketing, development, design, and more, experts ready to help you make your business to the next level. Upwork gives businesses flexibility by connecting them with top freelance talent across multiple industries, including IT, AI, web development, and marketing. Whether you need extra hands for a project or a long-term partner, Upwork makes hiring simple and affordable. And if you need help with a marketing campaign, Upwork can connect you with a freelance expert who delivered incredible results. I've got a family member who upstarted their own company, and this is exactly what they needed. They could not find someone that could fit their needs and fit their company for what they want to do. Well, they should try Upwork, because instead of hiring full-time, Upwork helps find affordable top-tier freelancers to scale business efficiency, and that is what we need today. So visit Upwork.com right now and post your job for free. That's UPWORK.com, Upwork.com, to connect with top talent and grow your business today. Now, let's tell you guys about some of our good friends over at FanDuel. And of course, March Madness is here, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories, and even who is cutting down the nets. I can tell you this, I'm on the bandwagon. I've got Drake. I believe they're a 13 seed going to the Sweet 16. They seem as if that they're the team that everyone's going to keep their eyes on. And I'll also never sleep on an Ivy League school. I've got Yale as my Cinderella story. And if you look at FanDuel, they've got some good odds on that. So the FanDuel app is so simple to use. And when I win, I get paid instantly. No waiting around. I've got my on a few underdogs this year. As I said, Yale and Drake. Watch out for those. Those are my underdogs, and FanDuel can make that easy to back them with spreads, totals, and game props that you will love to see. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Again, that is FanDuel.com. Thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. So the Nationals have made some roster moves, and when will these guys make it up into the major leagues? Number one, let's start off with the first few big names here. You have Brady House, Andrew Pinckney, and Stone Garrett, and Clay Helvey as well, who have been reassigned to AAA. So Brady House, 2021 number one pick for the Washington Nationals. He has looked pretty damn good so far in spring training. He has looked really good defensively over at third base. I got to watch his batting practice up close and personal down in West Palm Beach. And you know when people say like Shohei Ohtani, for instance, they say it just sounds different off his bat. There is a certain category of people that when you hear the crack of the wood, it sounds different. It's a little bit louder. It seems to echo a little bit more. Brady House possesses that. He simply has real 65 grade power, in my opinion, that will carry him up into the major leagues. Brady House is still wildly talented. If you look at the numbers from this past year, you might be discouraged. But I don't think you should be, because this guy has, number one, put on a lot of muscle from this offseason. And number two, he's got the real deal power that not many people can have today. This guy is going to be up in the majors sometime this summer. And likely, if Paul DeJong, let's say he just kind of falters and falls off, then Brady House will probably step in there and he will be your third baseman for the foreseeable future, barring any major setbacks or any injuries that come his way. So Brady House was reassigned to AAA. We all knew this was coming, and he will be up in the majors hopefully sometime this summer. And I really think that you will absolutely 99% chance we'll see him up in the bigs at some point this season. Also, outfielder Andrew Pinckney. This was the one guy where I was wildly surprised about. Number one, the Nationals are extremely high on them, as they are with a lot of their other prospects. But this Nationals outfield depth that they have in the minor leagues is out of this world. Andrew Pinckney is going to be a name to watch moving forward. Really. This guy has power. He has got the ability to play very good defensively in center field and right field. He has got real 70 grade speed, in my opinion, that I simply did not know about. If you let this guy run on the bases, he's going to steal 40 bags easily if he is given the opportunity to. He is one of the most talented young Nationals that I saw this past spring training. Easily one of the just most talented guys that the Nationals have down in the minors, in my opinion. And again, if you look at him, he looks the part. This guy is big. He's got a big frame. He's 100% muscle, and he's got power. He can hit for average, and he can field in a great way, by the way. One of the better defenders the Nationals have in their system. And also he can run the bases, and his head is on his shoulders also. He's got the IQ to take that step forward. Andrew Pinckney was wildly impressive. I think that you see him at some point this season. And a name that we're going to be mentioning here shortly, like Robert Hassell III, Robert Hassell, he's going to need reps. And the Nationals expect that because they still think that he's going to be a starter down the road, in which if you've seen his spring training performances, you understand why. He's a great hitter. He is a great defender. But I think Andrew Pinckney, at this point, the Nationals would like to continue to give him at-bats. But don't be surprised if Andrew Pinckney eventually kind of leapfrogs into the major leagues a little bit quicker than you think. He has that fourth outfielder type that he's got all the talent that you would want. It kind of reminds me of a young Michael A. Taylor. So he can come in, play great Gold Glove caliber defense, run the bases, have a little pop. Andrew Pinckney kind of fits that category at this point. And this part with it, it is a really intriguing prospect to watch. We've seen the numbers from the past 2 seasons. They've been really good. He was really good down at the University of Alabama, and he just fits the part for what the Nationals have always wanted, which is getting that Michael A. Taylor back in this organization. Someone who's great defensively, someone who has power, someone who has a slow heartbeat, which Andrew Pinckney does, and he kind of reminds me of what they wanted with Michael A. Taylor. So keep your eye out on Andrew Pinckney, but Stone Garrett was also optioned or reassigned to AAA just yesterday. And Stone Garrett at this point, like, we had something there in 2023. The power was real, and the bazooka, everyone loves Stone Garrett. He's one of the team favorite players at this point, a locker room guy through and through. But unfortunately, it just seems as if he's getting bypassed by some of these younger prospects like Andrew Pinckney and Robert Hassell III and others like Dalen Lyle. And that part is kind of tough, if you're being honest, because Stone Garrett did have power. I was interested in him. I wanted him to do well, but it's just not there at this point in time. So let's get into this. Robert Hassell III has been optioned at AAA, and as well as Trey Lipscomb. If I were to give out an MVP trophy for AAA, or for spring training so far this season, it's Robert Hassell III. And I think if you ask any of the media members out there, they all say the same. He has looked healthy, and he has been healthy. He's been great defensively, and also he has just been great offensively and has continued to put up some great numbers that continue to make you happy for what you want to see from your young prospects. Robert Hassell is going to be a guy this year in the majors. It's just a matter of when, and also a matter of where. Unfortunately for him, the outfield is pretty locked up at this point. It's going to take a lot for the Nationals to move on from Jacob Young. They love him. He is their center fielder right now. They expect good things from him. They expect him to take that step up offensively. And defensively speaking, he's probably the best center fielder in the National League. It's going to be tough to move off him. And Dylan Cruz and also James Wood, they're going to be tough to move off of as well. But when Robert Hassel gets his opportunity, he's going to be a guy in the major leagues. They have not given up on him. The former first-round pick, one of the key marquee guys in that Juan Soto trade, he will absolutely make his impact at some point this season. And I think this spring training, seeing him healthy for the second straight year, goes to show you the ability that he has. He's got to stay healthy, and if he does stay healthy, you will see him sooner rather than later in a Washington Nationals uniform, and it'll be an exciting run for everybody out there. So thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. And next, I want to talk about Nasim Nunez real quick. He has been one of the most impressive Nats, but I also want to get into Shin Ogasawara, as he has been maybe not that impressive so far, but he will be likely headed to AAA. We'll discuss that, but now it's time for the NCAA tournament, and our friends are going to tell you about that just now.
The NCAA tournament is here, and so is the Bracket Breakdown.
Locked On Podcast Network and Amazon Fire TV channels are teaming up to deliver NCAA tournament coverage like never before. Watch studio shows featuring former players and Locked On's local experts as they guide you through every upset, buzzer beater, and bracket matchup.
Stream it all for free on Amazon Fire TV channel. Search Bracket Breakdown to see it all for free.
It's your team every day.
And thank you all for making Locked On Nationals your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. As we were saying, Nasim Nunez, I just want to talk about him real quick because we simply have not discussed him all too much. When you're a Rule 5 pick from last year, he barely got any at-bats. I believe he got like 60 at-bats this past season, put up decent numbers, but we need to talk about him defensively. He is the best defender that the Washington Nationals have today, even over Jacob Young. The plays that he has made all spring training long are out of this world ridiculous. This guy has legit 70 grade arm strength. He has got I would even throw him at a 75 for arm strength and just overall play defensively. That is how good he is. Did you guys see that throw that he made over to first base yesterday with a ball that was up the middle? He backhanded it, threw it across his body, and got it on there on a strike and got the runner out. I mean, that is a play that he made look so seamless and so easy. This guy and what he has done so far in spring training has been unbelievable. And you also saw this past year in the final month of September, really the final week, once CJ Abrams was sent down and Nasim Nunez was your starting shortstop, he was damn good. Like when he got his at-bats, he was good. And again, this year in spring training, you see him being good yet again. Nasim Nunez is someone that, again, he's not the most sexy guy to talk about on this team, but the Nationals think highly of him. Davey Martinez has gone out of his way multiple times to mention how good Nasim Nunez is. I'm interested to see whether they keep him up in the majors or if they send him down to AAA. If I had to bet, they're likely going to send him down to AAA to be that everyday shortstop in Rochester, and he's not going to be far off for making the major leagues. But I do think they want to see him get consistent at-bats because, again, he's really only had 60 big league at-bats over the last season. Did not go down to AAA as well last year because the Rule 5 eligibility there. If you send someone down, they got to go back to their original team, in which his case would be the Miami Marlins. So Nasim Nunez, I just wanted to talk about him real quick because this guy is really good and really talented, and he will be an impactful major leaguer at some point in 2025. I can tell you that much. And if it's not 2025, it'll be 2026. So I'm interested to see what he does. But let's talk about Shin Ogasawara, the big lefty the Nationals signed from Japan this past season. And I hate to say it, it just has not worked. He is going to be going to AAA. He's not going to be in the starting rotation. He's not going to be in the bullpen. And at this point, I don't really know exactly what he does best. And it's not to be mean. Like, he is still getting adjusted to the major league schedule, the pitch clock, pitching every 5 days. But he has been tattooed this spring training. And even then, I don't know what he's going to provide out of the bullpen if he were to be a bullpen piece. I think he has some fine-tuning to do down in AAA. He's got to work on his breaking pitches. He's got to get the velo up a little bit. Because, again, that fastball wasn't as effective as I thought it would be going into spring training. But sitting here today, he's a AAA guy. And that's okay. But the Nationals, they did one thing good. They dipped into that market. That Japan market, they have a ton of talent there in Japan, as we know today. Yamamoto, Shohei Ohtani, and Roki Sasaki. These are guys that you want on your team. So seeing the Nationals scout that market and signing someone from there, even if it's Ogasawara, that was a good thing for this Nationals team. So I'm glad they did it. I'm glad they're trying it. But at this point, it's not working out for them. So thank you all for making Locked On Nats your first listen every single day, as we are free and available wherever you get your podcast. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Have a good one. And we are 1 week away from opening day.